Hello and good morning. This is my introduction to Genius and Beyond. It's a program that I'm developing to help people to be the genius that they are and to help them cope with life and learning and develop many skills. Just basically learn to be a genius and beyond. The reason for this introduction is that I want to explain why I use audio or sound or hearing as the base of my program to start out. Well, normally our visual cortex is probably the most powerful. Okay, it dominates most of the mind. But the only difference with eyesight or seeing is that we can only see individual patterns. You know what I mean? If, for instance, if you had synesthesia or any other type of ailment, maybe like autism, you would see flashes of images at high rates of speed and light, like strobes of light and information you could see readily, just easily like that if you had a disease like that. But a normal mind doesn't have that capability as far as the visual cortex is concerned, as far as seeing. Now, in hearing, there is a difference. In hearing, we're able to articulate vibrations in our mind and follow patterns at a high rate of speed or a high tempo and be able to individualize each individual note as it's playing, which is pretty amazing. So this tells you that the human mind has capabilities beyond just the norm that we think is norm. So I'm using the audio as a pretext, as a beginning, to teach you how to use your mind, because it's the most efficient way. And my goal is not only to teach you how to use your mind, but also people that have, autism and synesthesia and other things that make them social outcasts, where they can't communicate with other people. I myself am learning how to develop my mind in such a way that I can integrate the vast, understanding of savants and people that have autism, integrating their abilities with normal abilities. Well, basically, it's bonding them together so that I can find a way to help these people to be able to socialize and, with their great gifts, be a benefit to themselves and to mankind, so they don't have to be alone. They shouldn't have to be alone. We all have the capacity to understand and articulate and come up with ideas to make life better for every person on earth here. So my goal is to teach you to be a genius and beyond, because we all are geniuses. And learning how to intertwine our mind in such a way that we can understand the inner workings of what a genius is and what brilliance is. And over time, you'll learn the techniques that I'm going to teach you, and you'll realize after you have that eureka moment, oh my gosh, there's more to it than meets the eye. Yeah, hearing. Okay, we're going to start with hearing. Now, I know there's all kinds of forms of learning: textile, visual, sensational, speech, smelling, taste, you name it, all the senses we have. We also have internal senses. I'll get into that later sometime in the future. But and we actually perceive our surroundings internally before we process them consciously. So unconsciously, we're perceiving our environment 1 billion parts per millisecond or something like that. So we're seeing lots of information at that rate of speed, at a high rate of speed. I don't want to get all intellectual on you. I want you to understand that your mind has capacities beyond that of what you've probably been taught, and sometimes we limit it by our education system, because everybody has different learning styles. Not everybody has a complete mind. Some people have problems. They have autism, or they have a debilitating mental disorder that causes them to have problems like schizophrenia and all kinds of forms of other personality defects. I'm trying to unravel the mystery behind why the mind does what it does and how to regulate it. Because we do regulate the mind. It's just some people were born with a certain ailment that causes their mind to work in a specific way, where they're more audio completely audio or completely visual, or they got what I call hypersensitivity to things and things like that. Nature. I just want to help people to be the best they can be, and not only just ordinary people, but people that have ailments, because they should have a good life too, and they should have a stable mind, not feel that they're abnormal, because they're not abnormal. In fact, they're brilliant because they specialize. What my goal is to teach you how to specialize and use the whole mind. You'll never use 100% of your brain. That's not possible. And even if you did, you'd be bored. Okay? Plain bored, or plain too far beyond. You wouldn't be living in this world. You'd be living inside your inner world, inside yourself, because it's a much safer place. Okay? Don't do this stuff. Don't live in a total internal world, because you need to function in society and around people, and you want to share this stuff with people. So you can have an inner world and an external world too, a subconscious and an unconscious world. So this is the introduction, and like I said, I'm using verbal understanding, hearing, as a base, and you'll see in time how this will pan out, and it will interconnect with all the other senses. But for right now, bear with me as we go through these episodes. I want to get as much information to you in an appropriate way that which you can take it in, so that even the average person, or even the person that is below average, has mental disabilities like I did as a child. And that's the case, is that they're not mentally deficient. It's just that their brain operates in a different way. And even with damaged brains, there's people that only have half their brains because of epilepsy. I'm sorry, brain fart, epilepsy, and they still function perfectly fine with only half their hemisphere. You know what I mean? With only one part of their hemisphere. So it's possible for the brain to do amazing things. And I'm going to teach you how to intertwine all these things together so that you can understand yourself, and to help and teach others, and learn to live a beautiful and social, interactive life, and have a personal life of your own too, your internal life, so that you can enjoy this life and you can help others enjoy their life as well. It's all about helping others, if you think about it. Because our mind, it helps us. Think about it. It helps us. It does what it's supposed to do to keep us alive. And people around us are part of our network too. So everything is all intertwined. The whole universe itself is intertwined and meshed together. So there's no separation. We separate ourselves from things, which is fine, because that gives us identity. But also you got to understand that you're also inwoven in the fabric of time and space and the universe, and we're all made out of the same exact matter. I mean, every molecule, everything in the universe is made out of the same exact substance. Research this out. You'll find that I'm telling you a truthful statement, to our knowledge, of course. But my joy is to teach you and help you bridge that gap into genius and beyond. So welcome. Sit back, watch the episodes, learn, develop, and enjoy. Peace out.